Government has directed, let's speak on substantive, serious hard one. Government has directed the Economic and Organized Crime Office to investigate former Deputy Energy Minister for his role in the sale of a drill ship to pay off a judgment debt. And the recommendation, we know, is contained in a government white paper on the judgment debt report prepared by the Judgement Debt Commission. We're talking about Katie Hammond here, and we know what went on: sale of the ship, used to defray costs, etc. And some monies, according to the report, were deposited in accounts and all. Let me let you start.
Well, first, let me concede that because I have been so much involved with the issue of the World Toilet Day and also the visiting Deputy General, Secretary General of the UN Habitat. I'm the current Vice President of UN Habitat, so I'm receiving the Deputy General Secretary. So for the past 3 to 4 days, I've been seriously involved. So I've not followed this issue exhaustively. I've just listened to snipers from people discussing it on radio and television since yesterday. But all that I would say is that a white paper has been issued. I think the individuals mentioned in the white paper will have all the access and the recourse to justice, and then they can contest it, and then if they are able to exonerate themselves, then they get out of the liability. But if they don't, then they will be liable for whatever prescribed in the report. But I think as I sit here as a deputy minister and a government official, what I would take is I will learn a lot of lessons from this in my work, and know that no matter how much water will pass under the bridge, it is likely that tomorrow you'll be answerable to certain decisions that you take, possibly unilaterally, in time of your office. So I have to be careful in dealing with these things. But one thing I'm also learning in politics is the fact that sometimes you may take certain decisions, but as much as well people tell you to take that decision, let the people commit themselves on paper.
And not you.
He's credited the hard way.
Yes, let the person credit themselves on paper, so that tomorrow if you are called, you can use that as evidence to get yourself out. But if you allow people to commit you by word, and then you go and do things like this, tomorrow it will be Katie Hammond alone who will go and face the music at Yoko. But meanwhile, Katie Hammond acted. I heard him sometime ago.
He was even a deputy minister.
Yes.
Isn't it interesting? He was a deputy minister.
You understand? So his boss may have ordered him to take this action, but he's going to answer it alone. So it's a lesson for all of us, especially the young ones who are into politics and found ourselves graciously, by God's mercy, in holding positions, that we should take very serious view on this.
It reminds me of is it Kofi Kwanson's book on false informants?
False informants.
Yes, and in my journalistic practice, sometimes you have very good relations with people in government, and they can call you at midnight and give you some
all
information.
sorts of things.
You think that's the gospel truth, but
be careful.
They know what they are doing.
Be careful.
And when the thing comes, they said, "No, I didn't give him any information." You'll be surprised. I've been a victim too. What do you make of all that is going on? The gentleman says it's witch hunting. That's Katie. We all know him very well. Very vociferous, good friend of the media as well.
What do I say about it? I think it was over 107-page white paper. Over 107-page white paper. I thank God that my brother hasn't read it. So I'm going to go on that same trajectory. I have gone through it, but it would be very, very unfair to discuss it in the presence of my brother who hasn't read it. I must say that, again, it's journalists who decide of over 30 or so cases that has been commented on to pick only chip, because that is what you people feed on. Controversy. In
fact, I've been reading the white paper too, since the whole of yesterday.
Yes, we have read it.
And the issues are many.
Many, Alfred Agbesiwe, myself, a lot of the cases.
Water,
Many. Even land cases at Kosombo, Water Lake.
You get my point? So
many cases, which involve even a lot more money.
But this is not money. In the scheme of things, it's not money.
And the report really doesn't say that he's guilty.
It doesn't say. Besides,
that's
even look at if you want to see how mischievous the journalists want to be for headline's sake, my brother. Listen, government has directed economic and organized to investigate the word. Investigate. What was the whole Judgement Debt Commission about?
To investigate.
Okay. Let me end it there.
The investigation has already been done.
That's why I said, let us not go on that. And I'm really, really happy that he hasn't read it. Because if he had read and had gone commenting, I would have taken case by case. And probably I would have said things against Justice Apau and the Attorney General that is probably not good. So let's just leave it here.
Well, we know that on the 21st of November 2015, the NDC will be holding their primaries, and at least expected to be held in all constituencies. They have now expanded their delegate or electoral college, so to speak. Includes a lot more people that even, I guess, some of the party functionaries cannot account for, whether they're members or not. But the register has been displayed, barring all hitches, everything should go on Saturday. This is the best platform. We're going to bring you the best coverage for the whole of that very day. That's going to be on Saturday. We'll start in the morning.
To comment on that.
There will be news file, and thereafter we'll continue from 12 o'clock till the time when the declaration of the results are in. So this is the best platform. You're ready. You're going on a post.
Yeah.
Okay. I went on a post.
Yeah, you also went on a post. Aren't you lucky? You're a royal, so that's okay.
He's a royal.
Nilante.
No, but
what do you make it? There are serious issues in a constituency I grew up in, Ashaiman. Serious issues there. Ningo, Pram. Serious issues there.
If you went on the post, you have to be
is it Ketu South? Serious issues there. I've been having calls even prior to now about issues because of people I also know in the community as well.
I want to make 2-3 observations as I sit back. Let me make first point that if somebody is going unopposed, it's not because of anything, not because we are better than those who are being contested. But it gets to a time when constituents have a feeling that, look, we see a prospect in this person. We've given him an opportunity to serve us. He's done so well so far. So let him continue.
So you're saying those who are being opposed, it means that they don't have
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. The opportunity is there. But you see, some of the people are going unopposed because, like I said, in politics there's something we call negotiations. I feel that lobbying. Well, you use the word lobbying. If somebody wants to contest Napo, and the party people look at the person and say, look, it's not because this person is better than Napo, or it's not because Napo is better than this person, but we think that Napo has begun something, and it's better for him to continue. So please, can you allow him, support him to continue? If tomorrow Napo is no more there, we'll come over to you. And a lot more people accepted that. It happened during NPP time. It's happened during the NDC time. A lot of the places where aspirants are going unopposed is because there was understanding, the unity of purpose in those constituencies. Some of the constituencies is just a matter they're not being able to really handle the unity situation very well. NPP had close about 15 incumbent MPs going unopposed. Yeah. NDC has almost about 20-something going unopposed. That's how we are maturing. I've gone through contests before, and the situations where we are having this thing, a lot of the issues that are happening there is also due to the fact that we're not able to handle the factionalism that came out of the 2012 elections very well, and it's continued up to now.
Post
2012, very well, and it's continued up to now, because some of the places you can see direct, rehashing of 2012 in 2015. So it is continuing. But I would say this: so far things have been done well. Things have been managed well in spite of the few incidents here and there, like you mentioned, Ashama and all those places. My only prayer is that the post-primaries mechanism Like the president said at trade fair, immediately we should set up the post-primaries mechanism to reconcile parties. The president said the winner must immediately extend a hand of friendship to the loser, and the losers must also immediately warmly and gallantly accept those who have won in order for the interest of the party to sustain.
Well, now, Paul, I have to end though, but I want to ask, sometimes, because I witnessed this while reporting in 2008 too, when you're in government, does it become a lot more difficult because everybody thinks that, well, there's the time.
Yes.
Also, and sometimes, you know, there's a euphoria that you may win the next one.
Yeah,
because in 2008, I mean, we all thought Kufuor's successor will win the next election.
If you're in government, but I'll tell you some of the few things that happened at the tail end of Kufuor's government that made some of us see my own way. Look at how many DCs were sacked in the three northern regions. You see, when I say things that go around come around, we have a short sense of history. What goes around comes around. And it's always think about post-win. If I'm contesting Nilamte within NDC, and I mudsling him, and I win, I still need him to win the main battle. And so it's not your win inside the party that matters. It's after your win, how you carry anybody along. I have been contested twice in Malaysia. It's only the third time I went to the post. It is precisely because I've never thought anybody can beat me within the party in Malaysia. I'm always happy for a contest. But I manage the pre-contest situation so that the post-contest I don't have issues with the party people on the ground.
You should write a book on political party management in Ghana, pre and post. That's all this lexicon coming from. And thanks for joining me. Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh is a member of Parliament for Minsha, a member of the MPP as well. And he's part of the participating in the post-budget workshop. And I'm sure by Tuesday...
He's participating.
Yeah, I know, but he's for toilet today. And
I like it. I want to be for toilet today.
By Tuesday...
I'm for toilet. I'm going to Bukum right now.
They'll begin the debate. And in the meantime, I have to tell you, the toilet that we showed, that's the toilet that you went to. Because Mamavi was told, that's the toilet.
No, my toilet was not a WC.
No, at the time. At the time. At the time, yes.
So that is not the toilet.
Or it's the same toilet has been converted.
The same location.
No, in fact, when I was assembly, I converted that toilet. It used to be Femenima Mewenim. You know that one?
And Neil Atemwa the point, the Deputy Minister for Local Government and Rural Development. He's an MP for Ododo constituency. Again, please note this is a platform on Saturday. The beginning of the morning, we'll start all the best previews and also highlights of the NDC's primaries that will be taking place that very day. We'll be having news file, and after news file, full coverage to the declaration of results. And so this is the best channel to be on. Now, we'll have to bring you entertainment. As always, it's brought to you by Airtel. Do stay on.